Well, I think it started with LeBron already, us going to Las Vegas. I think that was more for the team bonding than actual practice. I mean, the workouts and practice we've been doing here for the last couple of weeks were definitely harder and more intense, but I think it's the lunches, the dinners, us hanging around, having conversations. It's really when you can sit back and talk more about off the court, on the court. So we talked about different of the teams, of how we want to start the season. So for us, I think China is the big thing. You're on that 16-hour flight. I think that's when you play your cards, you hang out, you get to know people. We have probably a family picnic coming up here. So I think you got to like each other to play at a high level. I think that everyone knows the championship aspirations here. So I think us embracing it, talking about it, and then for us just day by day doing the right stuff that we have to, listening to coaches and listening to the leaders of this team and everyone falling into their role.
You've had quite a media presence over the course of your career as a commentator and all different ways for on podcasts and such. Now, obviously, you came to LA, played for the Lakers, play basketball, win games, but how do you see this opportunity as far as the Lakers as a platform for growing and getting your team?
You know what? To be honest with you, I kind of looked at it more as a basketball. Obviously, as professional athletes and NBPA and stuff like that, you always got to look to after your career is over. But for me, it's the first time really in my career where preseason you have a team that actually had the chance of winning a championship. Obviously with Steve Nash, I think we were a 6th seed that year, but no one came in right away, hey, we're going to win a championship. The year before, we didn't make the playoffs. So this year is more of a excitement. And then Laker fans, people that have been around already tell you the expectations they're looking for. So this is more of a focusing strictly on basketball, coming in the best shape possible, trying to get off to a great start because pressure, expectations. So for us, for me personally, it hasn't really been the outside media. I've done enough my career, enough TV, enough podcasts. People know who I am. But here I am today, doing a press conference with you guys doing this. And so it's fun. It's something that I'll be able to do for the next 10, 15, 20 years when I'm done playing. But this year, strictly basketball, strictly trying to win. Yes.
And maybe you're not going to start. Maybe you are. What do you think your role would be on this team? Is it more on the court? Is it more in the locker room? As a leader, as a veteran who really understands the league?
I think that someone like once you get to 10, 11, 12 years, this is my 13th year. For one, obviously the locker room. I'm playing on a pretty veteran team. When you play with guys like Rondo and LeBron James, I don't think you really need too much veteran leadership, but obviously you do at times. So for me, my guy will be Kyle Kuzma, play the same position. It's for what can I do off the court to help him get to his full potential. Everyone knows about LeBron and Anthony Davis, but Kyle Kuzma is really the key for us. He's the one that has the potential that is untapped, that we can, can he become an all-star player? I did it with D'Angelo Russell, where he was getting benched in fourth quarters, and I would watch film with him on the plane and help him expand to become an all-star with Devin Booker, Bradley Beal. So I've had experience of dealing with young players before they've reached their all-star potential. So that's for me. And then on the court, this is the production league. And so I've never been a big guy on stats. I think my job is to space the floor, hit timely threes, and be a defensive communicator out there. But if it's when it's time for me to play, to be able to step up and do what I have to. But yeah, I would say it's both. And so people want to see production, see you playing well. And so sometimes for me, it's not the points you average. It's a shot selection. It's timely hitting shots. It's defensive rating. It's defense, your plus minus, and giving my second unit the best opportunity to succeed, because we already know what LeBron and Anthony Davis is going to bring to the table. It's a great question. I think that the older you get, you come in and just be yourself personality-wise. Younger, you try to be quiet, fit in. I think I've proven myself as a leader, as a player in this league, in this role. I think people understand my basketball knowledge and what I bring to the game. So I think just when I speak, they're more to listen, because for one, I come as an unselfish player. Most young players are trying to make their money and stuff like that. And so sometimes your selfish ways can obviously hurt you. And there's guys that have had worse stats, have gotten paid a lot of money. So when it comes to young guys, most of the time they're thinking about getting paid. And so D'Angelo, guys like that, Bradley Beal and stuff like that. And the more you win, the more money you get, and the more team cohesiveness is better for us. So for me, that's why I come out when it comes to young guys. And then vets is just, hey, do your role, do your job. I don't think guys on our team, Rondo and stuff, LeBron and Anthony Davis, it's not really an excuse to say, you know what you're supposed to do, so go out there and prepare to the best of your ability.
So which one of the league is moving more towards players of star players or equally relevant big threes? Aside from Durant, what team or the player or league players do you think will do the best job of this season for you guys?
I think anytime you add Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, I think that just obviously those guys, top 10, Kawhi Leonard, top 3, top player in the league, that's huge. You add Russell Westbrook to D'Antoni type offense and James Harden. No one really knows how it's going to fit. They've obviously good friends and have played before. I don't think anyone thinks they're not going to be successful. So the question is how far can they go? But yeah, I mean, this league's always been about star players, 2, 3. Back in the day, when it came to KG going to Boston, when you see different players, stuff like that, sometimes it's drafted, sometimes it's formed. And so for us, now it's getting more of a 2 stars. And so it comes down to role players. What team has the best bench? What players have 3, 4, 5? Because 1 and 2 usually do it, and so the teams that have a better chemistry and fit at the right time. It's always about timing, going to the playoffs the right way, and then your role players. Toronto, as good as Kawhi Leonard was, how well did Kyle Lowry play in those last times? How well did Siakam play? Serge Ibaka hitting big shots. If those guys don't hit those shots, Golden State can easily win the championship. But guys like Kawhi get majority of the credit, but it's the role players of the timely shooting and timely defensive plays to help those guys win.
Jerry, I know you just did starting to play with Sean for the first time, but is there something you can sense a chip on his shoulder from what happened last year and now I think the playoffs? Is there an edge to him that you've seen in any preseason stuff that you guys
I wasn't here, so the chip or the edge, I would only be able to tell if I was here last year to be able to compare. I would just see a man who's extremely focused, extremely on a mission in the sense of, getting to Warner Brothers studios before he's filming and have to get there at 5, 6 a.m. to work out and play pickup against other pros. I think that just shows you your focus in that when it comes to here and our pickup games, trying to win all of them. So I think everyone knows what he brings to the table. Some more the other guys, including myself, is what we're going to do to help him, to help this team, to help Anthony Davis to be able to reach their best spacing, their best, obviously their highest peak at the level and we're big in the era now of load management. And so when those guys miss games, which is going to happen throughout the league, is can we not drop off and win these crucial games to be able to get home court instead of game 6 or 7 going on the road, you're at home in the playoffs to hopefully get you to the finals. Yes.
You mentioned D'Angelo and who's your
Yes.
guy that you are targeting to talk to. Who's that guy for you when you were their age? And what was the lasting lesson that you held on to?
My best years when I got traded my second year from Charlotte to Phoenix, and it was an older team. I was the young guy. I was the Kuzma on that team in the sense of it was Grant Hill, Steve Nash, Jason Richardson. And the big thing about, it's funny, I'm wearing Nash's old number when he went from Phoenix to the Lakers, and just his knowledge of being able to play. The reason why I played 13 years is the reason why. It's for one, Nash was always telling me evolving throughout your career. I played the 2 guard at one point. Now I'm a stretch 4. No one would have thought that coming, but it's me seeing the pass and that Grant Hill taking care of your body. I mean, as many surgeries as that man had and many games he missed. And so for me, it's preparation to be able to play along, and people wouldn't think I'd be here at 13 and they'll be shocked when I'm here year 15 still playing these young guys. And that's because of knowing your role, being a good teammate. Off the court is just as big as on the court. These GMs and front offices don't want knuckleheads, and how it is and how you conduct yourself as a professional. And those guys taught me how to be a pro. Yes.
You mentioned the Clippers as being one of the teams that has a powerful duo up top. How excited are you for the rivalry between the Lakers and the Clippers, competing that this year and moving forward?
Playing against the Lakers so much, not even just more so the Clippers, I think it's fun because you play them opening night, you play them Christmas. We all know the big games comes to that, and you want to see you stack up against the top teams. But anytime you play the Lakers, to be honest with you, even when they weren't one of the top teams, it's like a big game anyway because half the crowd on the road when you go for the opposing team, our home games are Laker fans anyway. It's such a big game. And so for me, the excitement is really to put on this jersey. Being from San Diego, mom, big Laker fan, expectations to win right away with this team. And so to be able to put this uniform on and be able to go and measure against the Milwaukees, the Houstons, and see the day by day how we improve, man. I think it's a special time. It's something very rare. A lot of NBA players don't get to be able to have the opportunity. So for me in year 13 to be able to have that, man, I think I want to seize it and make the best of my opportunity.